As soon as I saw the title, I was like, I need to watch this video because this title interests me and I want to see what LeBron
After we
himself
won the
say.
championship,
Hmm.
you said, look at his face. You said,
Y'all, everyone saw me crying. Like, that was all for 52 years of everything in sports going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time. Everybody was just talking how they were the greatest team of all time. Like, they was the greatest team ever assembled. And for us to come back, you know, the way we came back in that fashion, I was like, you did something special.
you know what? And I understood because I was a witness. No pun intended. I was a witness.
LeBron, no, he
You were
said
like,
some dumb
I
shit.
believe that right there, after we won championship, made me the greatest because you had done something that had never been done before. I watched it and I was like, kind of like not the Channing Jordan. It wasn't that, but I was like, ooh, our guy's got a lot of haters that are going to use this against him. And so the same moment, now your fourth championship, and that same opportunity was given to you by Rachel Nichols and said, like, hey, where do you think that this do it? And you, and where I think even as a 35-year-old,
What you got, LeBron?
what you've accomplished, you took a step back.
Extremely elite company, and in year 17 as well. You got a guy in your ear right now telling you're the greatest of all time.
Huh?
You're just a couple months shy of your 36th birthday.
Yeah.
Is this the longest prime in the history of professional sports?
I don't know. I'm going to let you guys talk about it. One thing
That's Kobe.
I can do is commit to the game.
And you were like, you know what? I'm smarter, I'm wiser, even than I was 4 years ago. You know what? That's not for me to decide. That's for everybody else. People are always going to argue that. So, like, I viewed it as a moment of maturity, right? Like, why is it that you?
Let's cut to the case.
It's going to continue to happen no matter what, and it's great for the game.
Yeah.
It's great for the barbershops. It's great for the game.
Barbershops? I don't know, but okay, bro.
I don't know why. The one thing I don't understand is, like, you know, you never hear, you know, the greatest quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Always talked about. You never hear, like, who's the greatest quarterback.
Because football is not as entertaining as basketball.
Montana. Yeah. You know, you got Montana with 5, you got Brady with 6.
Yeah.
You know, or you know, you used to hear the Peyton and Brady thing when they played, but, you know, Brady started to win a lot more and things of that nature. But you never hear, like, every single conversation.
Even baseball.
Single day.
It's like Babe Ruth, and then people just move on.
Right, they just move on.
No more arguments.
Right,
Babe
no
Ruth's
more
the greatest
arguments.
baseball player.
Right, exactly. You know, so, you know, and well, other sports, hockey, you hear Wayne Gretzky.
That's it.
People move on.
You haven't heard anything since.
No,
You move on. Wayne Gretzky is the greatest. You move on. There's, you know, things of that nature. But, you know,
And now Michael Jordan is the greatest. Now we move. Now we moving on. We already moved on, bro.
Compare players and who they've seen. The one thing that I know for sure, that I've been a part of 2 teams that's won the 2 hardest championships in NBA league history. The 2016 Cavs coming back from 3-1 versus 73-9 team, being down 3-1 versus one of the best teams that ever been assembled.
2-time MVP.
2-time MVP. And then what we went through in the bubble. And if you were not
No, hell no. You're not gonna talk about the bubble. Hell no, bro. Now we're being a little delusional right now. That is not right. You got one of the most OP teams in the league at that time. Keep in mind the Brooklyns were trash. Keep in mind most of the teams were trash. Oh, Miami were the only team, and the Bucks team, I don't know what they did, but they fumbled a lot of stuff. Your teams was OP. You got a good Rondo. You got a prime AD. You got a good Caruso was doing his thing as a role player. You got Dwight Howard. You got JaVale McGee. Your whole team was a beast team, and you could not deny that. Dwight Howard was doing his thing in the perimeter. You got in the paint. You got AD was doing his thing, knocking shots out. You got your team was an OP type of team. You cannot deny that. You played against a team that got Jimmy Butler and you got Tyler Hill, which is kind of a rookie at the time and still is. And Jimmy Butler was the only one that was trying to ball out, and then he couldn't do nothing because your team was powerful. Stop it, bro.
You don't quite understand.
Stop it, man.
You will never, ever understand how hard it was to win that championship, to be able to motivate yourself.
Motivation, yes. I can get it. There's a pandemic. People are not feeling good. It's not feeling like a basketball season. But if you're talking about the strength of a team, your team was an OP team, bro. Your team was an OP team. Stop talking like your team was weak. Your team was not weak. What you're going through, Miami was going through it as well. Most NBA teams that were in the bubble were feeling the same way. But if you tell me that the championship was hard because your team was like lower, like weaker than Miami, now that's just being a delusion right now.
To be this is literally out of your whole comfort zone. For me personally, after all that I've accomplished.
Plus, this dude, LeBron James, idolized this game after Michael Jordan since he came to the league, and you could see footage of that in his early age, where he admittedly said that Michael Jordan is the best player in the league.
But still in this
I mean, in history.
There's still a conversation of like doubt, and I can hear and I see it, and I see it on my feed every time I post something with this jackass across from me.
I just do it to motivate you.
No, and I love it. I love you too. Just from people that really, that the basketball world, because people, it's the people on TV and there's writers that write, that people in the basketball world really listen to. And they really
Hey, cut to the case,
I'm not
LeBron.
gonna give any of those names on this show because they don't deserve it.
You want me to? No, I'm joking.
I'll retweet it when you tweet it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
That continue to discredit or continue to not to understand what, the drive that I put into it. They talk about these players, well, he doesn't have that same drive as them, or he doesn't have that same mentality as those. If he did,
He's talking about Kobe and LeBron, Kobe and Michael Jordan, y'all.
What I continue to accomplish. So, it was a reassurance to myself, but it was also like to the naysayers and to the haters, which will always be there, even after I'm done playing.
Who's better, LeBron, you or MJ?
And to Channing.
Right?
Yeah. I hear it, I see it, and just like one of the words I've been using today, holding them accountable.
Yeah.
And I'm holding them accountable.
I got clickbaited, y'all. My bad, I got clickbaited.